What's up guys, this is Corey and welcome to CNA Films and Animation. Today is Sunday and welcome to this week's episode of Bad Movie Sunday. Well, been going down the line for this month and the next film is Disaster Movie. Yeah, appropriate title. So, I'm going to warn you guys right now, this review might turn into a rant. Not entirely sure, I'm going to try to hold myself back, but if I do say a few cuss words or something, please understand that I'm just trying to express to you how god-awful this movie is. So let's try and get into the story of this film. I'll do my best to try and help you understand how god-awful this thing is. So, Disaster Movie. Disaster Movie follows this guy, and it's basically just a giant spoof on like natural disaster movies. I mean, if this one has the least amount of plot of all of them. I mean, some of them had like specific films that they were following and stuff. This one, it's just a hodgepodge of just shit. It really is. There's no specific plot to this film other than that they're just trying to get together as many spoof references as they can. So, let me tell you guys some of the movies that they've spoofed in this. I mean, I've got to hand it to I got to tell you guys, not a funny joke in this film, okay? Just throwing that out there right now. Not one thing made me laugh. I'm pretty easy to get a laugh out of. But this film was just... Well, I'm keeping my cool. I'm keeping my cool. So, some of the films that this film follow, spoofs, if you can call it that, is, like the first one that they do is 10,000 BC. I never watched the movie. I don't care to. Unless you guys want me to review it, that's probably one I'm probably never going to see. But, they start off with 10,000 BC, and then this opening credits is basically a spoof on Armageddon, the opening title sequence. And like the major spoof things that they do are like Juno, and there's spoofs of Alvin and the Chipmunks, and I'll get to those things. Oh God, I'll get to those things, but let's continue on. They spoofed like the different superheroes. Hellboy, Kung Fu Panda. They spoofed, like, Day After Tomorrow, I think Cloverfield even. I could be wrong on the Cloverfield thing. Independence Day, kind of. Just all sorts of these things. Enchanted was another big one that they spoofed. And they do it so poorly. This film's writing is god-awful. Worse than Epic Movie, worse than Meet the Spartans. I mean, it's... This film is probably one of the worst movies ever made. I'm not going to say it is the worst movie ever made, because in my mind it is not the worst movie ever made. But this is probably the worst comedy I have ever seen. At least mainstream comedy. I mean, I'm not a big fan of some ones that are really popular and everything, but this one is... I don't see why it was even made. I don't see the appeal, I don't see the point, I don't see... But, anyway, let me tell you some of the scariest stuff in this movie. Okay, so you've got the Kung Fu Panda. This thing is a creepy, like, animatronic thing. it looks creepy as hell, and it's very poorly done. It's not funny. It's not creative. And then we get into the scariest part of this god-awful piece of shit of a movie. They spoof Alvin and the Chipmunks. Yeah, you know, the little furry things that, you know, we all grew up with and loved, and you know, they made the live action movie that was just okay. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good either. And they made these things just so god. Let me show you a picture of these things. I'll show you a couple of pictures. Yeah, this thing is just god awful. And they become demonic basically and just go apeshit crazy, and it's terrifying, and not in the good way either. It's just, there's not an ounce of me that wanted to like this movie, okay? I'll admit I'm a little biased in that sense, but I do not see the appeal at all. I don't see how anyone could like this movie. Ironically or not, I don't see how you could possibly like this bloody film. Honestly, guys, this is a first time for me. I'm giving this thing zero. Now, I'm giving this film 0 out of 10. This was god awful. Probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. I will get to that one in the future, but yeah, this is just a piece of crap in a big steaming heap of a pile, and they have the balls to sell this to people. I can't imagine buying a movie ticket to this thing. Yeah, you know, I feel like I've done pretty well at restraining my anger toward this film. And for those who really want to see me explode on it, maybe in another video, but just right now, I don't want to explode. But anyway, guys, don't see that piece of shit. Don't. Please just avoid it like the plague. It's, you know, it's a horrible film. I cannot stress that enough. I can't stress it enough. Just avoid it like the plague, because it is god-awful. So tell me, guys, have you seen Disaster Movie? Please tell me you disliked it. I mean, if you have seen it, please tell me you disliked it. If you like this thing, tell me how you could like it. I'm not trying to diss you in any way, shape, or form if you did like it. I'm just wanting to understand how you could like this. You know, explain what you liked about it. Because I honestly cannot say that I understand how anyone could. So please share your thoughts, let me know. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and on Facebook. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/CNA Films and Animation, and on Twitter, it's @CNA Films. You know, guys, you know, hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.